Hello, it's John Webb, scottish-sci-fi.co.uk or scottish-sci-fi.com. You can follow me on Twitter, DVD Broke from me on Facebook and all that other social media stuff. Right? Today I'm going to do a bit of a fast blast at a bunch of Scotch Malt Whisky Society bottlings. So this was sent to me. This is basically the global gathering pack, which is happening this week, the week of the first week in September of 2020. It's a virtual one this year. Normally they would have a gathering at their venues around the country, but obviously with COVID and all that malarkey, gatherings aren't really good at the moment. So this is going to be a virtual gathering this year. And they have some special bottlings to celebrate that. Culminates, I think, on the 6th of September, where there's a Facebook tasting with John McShane and other people and stuff. So that's something very much to look forward to. This tasting pack in particular is actually going to be available to members and non-members, and there'll be links somewhere below for you to have a look and see if you want to purchase such things after I've tasted them in the very next few minutes. I haven't tasted them, I've poured them, they're ready to go. I haven't drank any alcohol tonight, it's still early. Just juggling life around everything else and trying to fit in a bit of this. It's difficult, but there we go, such is life. Anyway, I finished work now. I have. I'm not moonlighting, I have finished work for today. And I'm going to get on with this. So, the pack consists of five drams from their global gathering selection. Let's just do them one at a time. If I just tell you them all now, I'm going to have to tell you them all again in a minute. Unless you want a highlight. Let's give you a highlight. There's a 26, Clynelish. There's a 35, Glenmurray. There's a number 7, Longmorn. There's a 53, Curleela. And finally there's a 10, Bunnahabhain. So there's a nice selection of very high profile distilleries there. I haven't told you about the details because I'll tell you that as we go along. So yeah, let's start with number 1. So I've placed these in a sort of order that I would expect to probably taste them at a tasting. I might be wrong in the mid area of it. Who knows? Peaty stuff last. Obviously I've just given you the names of the distilleries in the order I'm tasting them. So Clynelish. The Clynelish, I will show you the miniature bottle here. It's not focusing. La, 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 la. And I can't read it backwards. I know you're seeing it the right way around. I'm seeing it backwards. It's called Mood Lifting Sanctuary. And God, do we need one of those right now. Because my mood definitely needs lifting in this sanctuary. There we go. It's Clynelish. It's in their Juicy Oak and Vanilla subsection of taste profiles. Bottling 26.145, meaning it's the 145th casks that they've bottled from Distillery 26. Distillery 26. It's Clynelish. I'm not going to read the stuff on it. It's a Highland. It's Clynelish. Cask is the second fill ex-bourbon barrel. It's 8 years old. It was casked on the 19th of September 2011. I don't know when it was bottled. Few days ago, but it was 8 years old when it was bottled, and it's at a whopping 58% ABV. And here we go. And it's very fresh. It's very fresh. It's very fragrant, very light. Lots of fresh, crispy apple. A little bit of cinnamon spice, touch of ginger. It's very, very fresh, very fruity and just alive. It is, it's lifting, mood lifting. But it is, it's lovely and fresh, crisp and fruity on the nose. Trying to, knowing it's Clynelish, trying to pick up on any waxiness that normally comes with the Clynelish signature. Not finding an awful lot of, those kind of waxy lemons that you normally get. It's freshly poured. I literally poured it just before I hit record, so it's only been in the glass for 5 minutes. But it's yeah, it's really pleasant. It's just very fresh, good summer kind of dram, you know. This is definitely a very good summery whiskey. Let's have a taste, because I've got 5 to do. 5 minutes in and add the first taste. It's going to be one of those long ones. But the nose, very fresh, very fruity, little bit of spice, and just, yeah, it's really summery nice. It's summery fresh and nice. Never let the first sip get to you. Never let the first sip be your overall judgment of a whiskey. But that first sip was actually very pleasant. But I'm letting my palate acclimatise a little bit, because that's my first sip of whiskey today. Very fresh, juicy, zingy. It's definitely got a little bit of punch of ABV there. It's 58% after all. Lots of vanilla coming through on the back of the palate. Later in the development, it becomes quite rich in vanilla. A little bit of oaky spice towards the end. Short finish. It's 8 years old. Okay, that was really annoying. My video cut off. Anyway, we'll try to edit that together. I don't like editing. We'll try to edit it together. Anyway, I was saying. Yeah. Lovely and fruity. Got quite a kick of spice in there. Gets and lots of vanilla. Loads of vanilla. I still stick with my nose assessment. Great summer whiskey. Nice, good, easy sipper. A good starter to an evening dramming, or yeah, just a pleasant, you know, summer's evening dram. That one, good kind of cleanliness. It's got that. It's got that drying kind of, that waxy dryness towards the end. But yeah, solid. It's all right. I like that. I can't tell you how much each one of these are price-wise, because I haven't seen. I haven't been given that information. 8-year-old Klein Niche on the SMWS. I'd be guessing in the maybe around 50, 55. It's a guess. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong. Okay. Next up, we have Glenmorangie. Let's show you the miniature-y bottle-y thing, and you can see its age. It's one of the older ones. Let's get some focus there, person. Okay. Again, looking at that backwards, so I can't tell you. It's called Rumtopf, birnenbrot and stollen. I don't know if I've got the birnenbrot. Birnenbrot? Rumtopf, birnenbrot and stollen. I don't know what a birnenbrot is. It's some kind of bread. Burnt bread? Birnen. I don't know. I can't remember my German. I did it a long time ago. Rumtopf. I'm sure that's... See, I'm sure I should know that as well. Anyway, stollen. Go to Aldi. You'll soon find out. Yeah, cake, innit? Right, so cakey I would imagine this one is going to be. It's from Speyside. It's Glenmorangie. It is number 35.259. It's in the sweet, fruity and mellow category. It's matured in a first fill ex-bourbon barrel for 24 years. Is it a finish? don't know. I don't know. It could have been in a first fill for 24 years. It was bottled, it wasn't bottled on, it was casked. It was laid to rest in the cask on the 27th of October 1995. And it's been bottled at an ABV of 53.5%. It's rich. Definitely shows some of that age. It's very... I keep going back to that tasting note. I kind of tend to like dusty. It reminds me of dusty warehouses, dusty dunnage warehouses. There's definitely a darker fruit element to this. If it wasn't bourbon cask, you know, if it wasn't told it was bourbon cask, I'd probably be thinking, could this be a second, third fill sherry cask? It's got that kind of rich, dark fruits. Might be European oak. Who knows? No, probably not. Lots of vanilla. A little bit of oak char. There's quite a depth of, like I say, dark fruits involved in this. The orchard fruits are very stewed. It's that kind of older age, kind of old fruit in here. A bit of varnished oak. You know, this is one of those ones that's it's an incredibly complex whiskey. It's one that you could spend a lot of time writing about, talking about. But yeah, really complex, really dark, really just you get that age come across. Little bit like a suggestions coming in from the name of the bottling. The cakiness is coming through, the rich kind of cake and fruit cake and all that kind of thing. Once again, I would, you know, if presented blind, I might even say this was a sherry cask. Okay, palate. Wow, okay. This is a bit rye-like. It's definitely got rye spice to it. Definitely got a lot of rye bread. That kind of rich, spicy, yeasty, kind of doughy, dark bread that you can get. And the rye whiskey as well. It's very much, it's reminding me of rye. And I've got a bit of a love-hate thing with rye. And now I've tasted it, I'm getting the rye on the nose. Very bizarre how that happens. There's a great depth of flavour here. Like I say, very spicy. I reckon that bourbon barrel had something very, very high in rye content in it. Because, yeah, that's coming across. If you like rye, this is one for you. For me, it's a little bit too spicy for me. But if you like rye, this is definitely up there. Very pleasant. Not quite for me though. And it's all about this because of that spicy rye, I'm afraid. Always honest. But it's always only one perception. It's always only this perception. It's just what it is. Right, so a bit of taste. Next. Show you that. You could do that, mate. God, is that focusing at all? If it's not, it doesn't matter. I'll read it in a minute. Bloody hell, that's not focusing, is it? No. Pointless. Right, this one is, it's a long one. It's called Twinning. Twinning. I think it's called Twinning. It's not twining, it's got a double N in it. It's double N, twining, twinning. Anyway, it's in the deep, rich and dried fruits category. This is cask number 7.243. It is, that's from Speyside because it's a long one. It's first fill XPX, but however, there's interesting information on here. 16 years old. Its date of going in the cask was the 26th of May 2003. It's bottled at 53.8%. The interesting little bit of information on here. At 15 years of age, we combined 2 second fill bourbon barrels, originally filled on the same day, into a first fill PX butt. So this is a first fill PX butt finish from 2 casks that were put into that butt. For all SMWS purists out there, I'm saying nothing. It's whiskey. Is it nice? That's the main thing. Okay, varnish. Quite intense esters on this one. Definitely acetane. It's a 16-year-old. Those I'm not immediately thinking PX, in all honesty. There's fruit, definitely. It's dark fruit. But there's quite a little bit of pungent acetone kind of smell to it. I don't know if that rye's got up my nose. I might have to sniff some coffee in a minute because I'm not sure if the rye is messing with my sinuses. Right, there's fruit, there's spice. It's definitely the more kind of sherry expected fruits, you know, raisins, plums, that kind of thing. A little bit of fruit cake. It's not a sherry bomb by any way, shape or form. Acetone is sort of, my swirling is dissipating that a little bit. Definitely fruitier now, lots of vanilla. A little bit of spice, a little bit of ginger. Ginger cake. It's kind of getting cakey now. This would probably benefit with a drop of water, but I haven't got an awful lot of time to do watering and messing around like that. Let's have a wee taste. Ooh. 59.8. Doesn't come across as 59.8. That is remarkably juicy. That's really... Now, this is one of those ones where the nose doesn't reflect to the palate at all. The nose, you could probably tell, I was a little bit underwhelmed with. The palate is delicious. It's full of fruit, really loud, really vibrant, juicy, rich. Lots of vanilla, even more plump plum and raisin going on. It's a real, it's a proper sort of more sherry driven palate, and it's delicious for it. Not too spicy. It's more fruity than it is spice. It's intensely fruity. I mean, yeah, I'm on board with this one. Again, the nose is very closed. It must be very closed up. Again, a little bit more time, and I will spend a little bit more time with these later. a little bit of time, a little bit of dilution, I think it'd make the world of difference. But palate wise, I'm not sure I want to dilute it, because that palate is flipping good. It doesn't taste 59.8%. Dangerous. Incredibly fruity. Really, almost to the point of refreshing. It's that kind of juicy intensity. It's just, it's one of those. It's lovely. All right, I could just sip that forever. Yeah. Okay, long one's a win so far for me. Right, let's have another sip of water. We're going on to the peat. This is fast for me. Obviously not knocking them back. Drink responsibly, children. Not children. Children don't drink. But you know what I mean, kids, audience, people. Right. Next, it's Kalila. It's one of my currently favourite distilleries at the moment. God, that's not focusing. Anyway, let's tell you about it, shall we? This is cask 53.332. Storm-tossed kelp on an Islay beach. Don't mind being on an Islay beach right now. This is a 11-year-old Kalila. I might have a bottle of this because it's Kalila, and I've got a little bit of a Kalila thing going on. I can't help it. So I might have got a bottle of this through friends. It's a Islay whiskey. It's a refill ex bourbon hogshead, 11 years old. It was casked on the 20th of February 2009. It's bottled at a strength of 58.8%. And it's Kalila. I love you, Kalila. That's really pungent for a Kalila. I haven't got the bottles mixed up, have I? That's actually really... It's quite intense. Intense in the peat. I mean, okay, Kalila is a peaty whiskey, but... That's really salty, TCP. I wouldn't pick that out as a Kalila if I was giving it blind. And I'm usually pretty good at the Kalila. That's banging. That's a proper banging peaty whiskey. I might have these orders out of order. I'm not sure the Booner's going to be as banging as this. Right, well, definitely peaty. Definitely seaside elements. There's so many. Really salty sea air. And yeah, it's got that kind of like kelpy, you know, the seaweed on the bloody seashore kind of thing going on. A little bit of TCP, a lot of smoke, a lot of fresh, just fresh, smoky kind of. Oh, I'm taken aback by this. This is not what I expected. Incredibly fresh, incredibly crisp, really minerally, lots of, like I say, lots of sea salt, seawater, all that sea stuff. That's awesome. Like I say, touch of TCP. It's definitely a medicinal kind of smoke side of things, not bonfire-y at all. It's medicinal smoke. It's the barbecue's lost on the seaside, if you know what I mean. It's kind of there is barbecue smoke there, but it's a really sea surge day. That takes you away. That really does take you away. Fruit, not a lot. Vanilla, a little bit. It's all about the smoke in the seaside, man. A little bit of fishiness. You know, you got the bloody prawn stand there. A little bit of some crab sticks. That is... this smells so good I don't want to drink it. But I'm gonna, because that's the other privilege. That's banging. This, I don't know if this was a particularly higher peated run this was done on, but that's a bit of a peat monster, really. Again, it's all about the salty seaside elements. Salty old sea dog. Definitely got vanilla. Nice punch of spice. Loads of smoke. Smoky as. Bellowing smoke. That's ethereal. Really is. It's just like elemental is a better way to put it, actually. That's cracking, man. That's crazy, crazy smoke. Sorry, I might be overdoing it, but that's the first smoky whiskey I've had for a while, actually. That's delicious. So this went up, I can tell you about this one, because this went up for sale last week. It was 65 quid. That's... oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You get that. Get that. Crikey, O'Reilly. That's good. On to the last one. Wow, I should have left that one to last. I think I was a bit in two minds about doing the Boona first and the Kalila, but the colours on the labels made me think it would actually be that the Boona was more smoky. Anyway, this is the Boona Harbor. Oh, God damn you. It's a young Boona. It is also exclusive to France. So, better not like this one then, because I won't be able to get it. So this one is cask 10.195. It's called Shiver Me Timbers, and it's peated Boona. Ooh, another interesting one. Islay, obviously. Cask is a refilled hogshead stroke HTMC. What is that? I don't actually know. I'm hoping. Oh yeah, okay. I'll tell you in a minute. I know now. It says on here. It's 6 years old. It was originally casked on the 17th of October 2013. It's bottled at a percentage of alcohol at 59.8%. It is. The interesting thing about this is matured for 4 years in a bourbon hogshead before being transferred to a heavily toasted, medium charred hogshead. HTMC, heavily toasted, medium charred. Heavily toasted, medium charred. HTMC. Okay. Okay, I can get the char from the wood, definitely. Now I know what that is. It's definitely got that toasted oak element in there. There's not a lot of smoke. It's definitely not boing in your face. It's just like there. You got to get down and in it a little bit more. So I'm definitely getting that toasted char. Definitely oaky. There's smoke in the depths. It's more of a bonfire smoke, but very quiet. Not really smouldering, just bloody miles over that way, I suppose, is the best way to put it. Bit of barbecue. Bit of barbecue ribs going on. Bit meaty in there. Burnt vanilla. There's a very definite burnt element to it. I don't know if that's from the heavily toasted cask or if it's the smoke coming through. Burnt sugar, bit of caramel. Burp. Sorry, burnt burp. Sorry. Another one that's a little bit closed up, I think. Another one that would benefit from a drop of water. Okay, yeah, there's not much more I can say about the nose. I think that's, like I said, very charred, very toasted. A little bit of fruit. Lots of meat products on the barbecue. A long way away. And thoroughly pleasant for it. Reminds me of seaside stuff, you know, a bit of tarry ropes and all that. And another one that's more interesting on the palate than there's on the nose. Probably the nose is closed up. Needs a bit of water in there. Break down those molecules. Set it free. I ain't got time. I'm being rushed. What can you do? There's quite a bit of darker fruit on it. On the palate. Some burnt cherry. Burnt raisin. Definitely got the vanilla going on. Bit of burnt apple skin. Even a touch of pineapple, actually. Grilled pineapple. That's really nice. And annoyingly so, because it's bloody exclusive to France, but whatever. But that's actually a very nice burner. Can't knock that at all. Solid. Really good. I have tempted to read the notes, but my eyes are going, so. Black coffee? No. Sorry. Yeah, won't be best. Pepper biltong. I can go with that. Biltong? Biltong. Bill's tong. I don't know. But yeah, definitely a bit of the old charred meats going on. I like that. I'm sure the French will love it too. Lucky French people. There you go. That brings it to a conclusion. Hopefully I can edit the bloody videos together now. Thank you, iPhone, for messing me around. Anyway. So yeah, a lovely pack of whiskies there. And as we went on, you can see the progression of quality. Interestingly enough. And it's not all about age. The youngest one there, 6 years old, that Bunnahabhain, very beautiful. Even though it was finished. Don't mean that in a bad way, right? But there's nothing wrong with finishing. As long as it turns out to be nice. And it's nice. So, yeah. Yeah, fair play. What do I think the best one is out of that lot? Well, I'm really surprised by that Longmorn, I've got to say. I'm really surprised at that Longmorn. I'm surprised at the Glenmorangie in a negative way, sorry, but, you know, it's not Glenmorangie's fault. It's not anyone's fault. I don't like rye, and it's very rye driven. I can't, what can I do? What can I do? I can't do anything about that. The Kalilas, wonderful. The Boonas, really nice. The Longmorn's fantastic. The Clyneish, yay. The Glenberry, not to my taste, but anyone loving rye, they'll go that and they'll go, what do you mean it's not very good? I'm not saying it's not very good, I'm saying it's not to my palate. That'll do, folks. I'm going to make some dinner, and I will see you next time. And I'm going to have to reach across and push a button in a rather annoying way. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.